Good evening, everyone. We're back for another exciting episode of Spooky Tales. Today's episode is brought to you by We Handle Candles and Spooky Films. Check them both out. So today we're going to be talking about a couple of metaphysical objects. We're going to touch on scrying. We're going to touch on orgone pyramids. The first thing I want to touch on is this Ouija board. I haven't used it. One reason because I'm kind of chicken shit, and two because it's in my house. I keep crystal quartz on it, I keep sage on it and everything, but I haven't used it. But this ain't no Toys R Us thing. This is not a Spencer's thing. This Ouija board is 50 years old. It has been used for seances. If you touch it, you kind of get a weird feeling. You can kind of see the history behind it, you know what I mean? It's a cool thing to have. It's cool. I keep it on my altar for my display, but like I said, I haven't used it. This one I have used. This is called an angel board. So the difference between the two, I don't know if you guys know what a familiar is, or another word would be like a guardian angel. You know how everyone's assigned a guardian angel. Well, the difference between this one's used to contact the dead. There's 3 rules. Don't play by yourself, don't play in a cemetery, and always say goodbye. This one's a little bit different. It came with a little pamphlet when I got it. They were both gifts, by the way. In this little book, it says you can use it by yourself, and it's used to contact your guardian angel. Well, I actually had a friend pass away. We're not going to get into details of how she passed away, but we went to the scene, and we scraped up some of her blood. I put it in a vial. So, on my altar, I lit all my candles, and it had a little, like a little parting party, you know what I mean? Like safe travels, you know, onto the next life. Whatever that may be. One candle kept going. It kept, how do I want to say this? More than flickering. It was going out. I would see smoke, and then it would light back up again. So I'd be like, is that you? You know what I mean? So I pulled out the angel board, turned off all the lights, and when you're using it by yourself, it's kind of weird. It's not really going to move. So what I did was close my eyes, channeled my energy, and I would kind of move it around and stop it. And whatever letter it came on, that's what I would feel is projected to me from the other side. Anyway, in the middle of doing that, I started smelling sulfur, or like it. I thought my dog shit in the house, honestly. So I get up and I start walking around the house trying to find it. You know, where did she shit at? I hear the front door slam. Mind you, all the lights are off except for the candlelight, so it's already a little bit eerie, and granted, I'm talking to the dead. After the door slammed, I come in the room. Well, the door in my living room slammed. That was the door that slammed, so I go back in my living room. After I'm in my living room, my bedroom is in the next room over. I hear somebody jumping on my bed. Now, mind you, I have a Chihuahua. It is not a Chihuahua jumping on my bed. This is a full-blown, weighted, I don't know, as much as me, jumping up and down on my bed. So after that happened, it was about time to say goodbye, because I know that's one of the rules. Even though the 2 boards are different, I said goodbye on this one. Blew out the candles and called it a day. That was enough for me. I don't know if that was her playing around or if I accidentally contacted something else. Like I said, this one is for contacting the dead. This one is for your guardian angel. Maybe my energy wasn't right, you know what I mean? It could easily be that, but I'm very hesitant to touch this one again. This one I won't touch, at least not at my house. My house is already haunted, so no reason for me to play with this inside my house. I see enough. Next thing I'll touch on is this orgone pyramid. So I keep this on top of my tarot card deck. Wilhelm Reich, was the founder of the orgone pyramid. So he would make these boxes and chembusters and things like that, and what the claim was is it could treat diseases. It could treat your diabetes, it could treat your cancer. You just step into this box with these materials in it, which there's a quartz crystal, resin, copper, amethyst. There's a couple of things in here, a couple of different precious metals and stones, you know. Anyway, I like to use this to keep on top of my tarot cards to smudge them, which is pretty much cleanse them. Some people use sage, some people use other crystals. This one is a very powerful one. A lot of people actually pray to this. They say hold it in your palms and try and manifest what you want to do, and that will work. I dig it. Dig it. Definitely dig it. The next thing I want to touch on is this crystal ball right here, which was also a gift. Now, this is used for scrying. When I say scrying, it's a form of fortune telling, but it's more like looking into your inner self. You know, you could try and say it's looking into the future, but that's not the case. So the way it doesn't work like cartoons, you know what I mean? It's not like you're gonna look in here and see an image. That's not how it works. The way it does work is you kind of put yourself into a trance. Have you ever caught yourself looking at somebody and you're just zoned out, but you don't realize you're looking at them until they're staring right back at you? That's kind of what you do with the crystal ball. You're not looking in the center of it, you're looking completely through it. Now, a real crystal ball is supposed to have like a perfect diameter, no defects in it, no bubbles. You can't see none of that in it. It has to be crystal clear. When you look through it, the image is actually upside down. Anything you look at is upside down. So the way I like to use mine, and like I said, I'm still new to it, I'm not very good at it, I like to have a fire behind it. So I'll put like a candle right here, say, and then I'm looking through it and zoning out. So if you know how in a dream, images are very distorted, but the main principle is still there. You know what I mean? It's like symbolism. That's kind of what you're gonna get once you get very good at these. These are also just like your crystals. A lot of times on a full moon, people will put their crystal balls outside to recharge them. A lot of people like to keep them covered so nobody else's energy can get into it, per se. You know, if somebody looks at it and gazes into your crystal ball, they're kind of in your crystal ball. You know, your energies are kind of swapping. But yeah, what I like to do is, like I said, I'll put a flame through it and I will zone out as much as I can. Try to empty your mind. And like I said, you're not really going to see anything in the ball. You're going to see it in your head. You know, like I said, it'll be distorted, but the principle is still there, and you'll understand exactly what's going on. So that's enough about scrying, especially because I'm not very good at it. I'm still a practitioner. But that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. That's all I got on the table, and that's all we're going to talk about. So if you like moonlit nights, candlelights, and poltergeist, then drop a like, because that's our mission and why we feel this disposition. Until next time, guys.